You want to write a book that grows your business or personal brand, but you're busy. You work 40, 50, maybe 60 hours a week, like me. You have responsibilities with your family, with your community. And hello, how about some me time? I mean, my favorite me time is doing my own nails, baby. Get into it. Get into it. You see these nails? That's right. Your girl did them herself. All right, and it takes me about 3 hours to do them. That's a good amount of time. So when exactly do we have time to write this book? So in this video, I'm going to show you how to write a book when you are a busy entrepreneur or professional in just 15 minutes a day. Boom. Prepare for your jaw to drop like, oh. I'm Denise Renee, a business book writing coach and manuscript editor. I can help you write a book that shares your experience or expertise and grows your personal or business brand. This video is one piece of that puzzle, so let's jump in. Hey writers! So in this video, I am going to cover number one, why you only need an RTG of 15 minutes a day to write your book. Number two, why setting an RTG of 15 minutes a day is important to your book writing process. Number three, how to make writing 15 minutes a day work for writing your book. And number four, how to speed up your book writing process and get to market fast when you are ready. I encourage you to watch the full video for full context, but there are timestamps below so that you can get to the part of the video that you're interested in most. So before I jump in, let me just make a disclaimer for this video and the one that's going to come after it. I'm recording them on the same day. It's Saturday, March 15th, 2025, and here in the Metro Atlanta area, spring has sprung and the pollen is pollinating, okay? So if you hear, just bear with your girl, okay? So I might sip water, blow my nose. Just forgive me, y'all. Forgive me. All right. Anywho, if you're a girly girl like me and you're like, oh, how does she get these nails like this? I actually recorded a nail video on my other channel. I'll link it down below for you, girl. I got you. Okay. So anyway, all right. So grab my handy dandy tablet and let's get into it. So people tell me all the time that they want to write a book, but one of the biggest things that they cite as a challenge is not having the time. And that's because a lot of people assume that you have to go away, take a weekend retreat, take a month off, take a year off, and take forever to write your book. Now, for some authors, that might be the case, especially if you're writing something that requires a lot of research, or maybe you're writing fiction and you're world building and it's really complicated and intricate. It might take some time. Other book types don't have to take a huge amount of time. For example, we are all professionals and entrepreneurs here. We have expertise that we know probably like the back of our hands. Yes, get another nail shot in there. But literally, I can sit here and talk to you freestyle with no notes about book writing and self-publishing for hours. You see some of the videos on my channel, they be long. So the same thing is very much true for you. What you know, and you can get out really easily. But writing is different than talking. It is a very different discipline, and not everybody is used to writing at the level that writing a book requires. So there's a lot of skills that are really stacked upon each other in order to write a high quality book. And in fact, this video here is the first in a series of 5 that I'm calling the Writer's Toolkit. I'm really breaking down my 4 steps to start writing your book framework into bite-sized components and pieces, and really diving in and showing you how to make it work for you, especially if this is your first time as a nonfiction business book author. And in my humble opinion, it does not have to take you years and years and years. In fact, it could really take you a good 3 to 4 months of really concentrated, focused effort to go from idea to published book. Yes, it can take you 3 to 4 months. I've done it before with other clients. You can do it too. And it always turns out that way for the clients who are very focused, who know their content, who are ready to really engage and commit the time to doing everything that needs to be done to get the book to market. So the very first thing you have to do is write the daggone book and make time, not find time, make time to write your book. And it all starts with what I call setting an RTG, a really tiny goal. It's my own little invention. So my biggest recommendation is to set an RTG of 15 minutes a day. Why? Because everybody can find 15 minutes in their day. It's really hard to ask somebody, get up an hour earlier and do your writing, stay up an hour later and do your writing, take your lunch hour and do your writing. Those scenarios sound good, but in practicality, it doesn't always work out that way. Who in the world wants to get up an hour earlier? Right. And if you have kids in your house or you have other people in your house that you're working around, you may not be able to do that. Lunch hour. How many lunchtime meetings are there? Or sometimes, you know what, you just need that hour to like woosah and decompress and do some doom scrolling while you're eating your salad and drinking your water. Which, by the way, this pollen is kicking my throat, child. Anyway, you may not want to try to use those times. If you can, great. If you can't, that's okay. You can very likely find 15 minutes elsewhere in your day. So let's get into why you need an RTG of at least 15 minutes a day. Because number one, your book is not going to write itself. You can think about writing a book all day long, just like me. I'm in the process of editing my book and I think about it all day long, but until I actually put it in my calendar, okay, and make the time, the book sits there, okay? And progress is languishing like it did in the month of February. So now in the month of March, I put appointments on my calendar to get working on my book so that we can finish by the end of this month. And that's just what you have to do. You need to find a frictionless time frame that's gonna work for you. Trying to commit to a half an hour, it's probably not gonna happen. Trying to commit to an hour, okay, child, good luck with that. But how does it feel when I say 15 minutes? It feels like, I think I could do this. And that's the point. You wanna make that commitment to yourself. I can make 15 minutes in my day. And one of the best things is that when you make that 15-minute commitment, and it may sound like, well, how much can I get done in 15 minutes? More than you can get done in 0 minutes? Okay. Because if you're not doing anything now, you will be making progress on your book. You might be inching along, but you will be making more progress on your book 15 minutes a day, 7 days a week, than if you try to wait for, I'm going to write all day Saturday or I'm going to write all day Sunday. That's not going to happen. Be realistic with yourself. That's what an RTG is all about. Setting a realistic goal that you can accomplish. And when you check that off your list every single day, you are going to feel so amazing and you're going to build momentum. You're going to be excited that, hey, I got something done. Hey. And you're going to want to keep doing it again. You're going to want to have that feeling again and you're going to keep going. And that is the point of the RTG, setting at that 15 minutes. Now, if you can commit to 20 minutes or 30 minutes, then go ahead. But if that's too much, break it back down to 15 minutes. It has to be something that you can and will stick to. So this is basically just a mental hack to get you started and keep you going. So let me ask you this. Do you feel like you can commit 15 minutes a day to working on your book? Then drop the number 15 down in the comments so that I know you are ready to commit. And while you're there, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Your girl recently hit 200 subscribers and I'm so thankful. And we're trying to get to 3 and 4 and 5 and 1,000. So help your girl out. All right. So number 2, why setting an RTG of 15 minutes a day is important to your book writing process. I've been hinting at it already. It's really all about the consistency. Real quick, don't just watch this video about writing a book. Get working on yours today. Head over to writingwithdenisebene.com/4 steps and download my free guide, 4 steps to start writing your book. In it, you're gonna find practical tips and exercises that'll get you moving right now and keep you going until you finish your first draft. That's writingwithdenisebene.com/4 steps. Okay, let's get back into this video. It's really all about the consistency because it's so difficult to get started, stop, take a break, and then jump back in to working on your book. Your brain values routines. So if your brain knows, okay, they're going to be showing up every day for 15 minutes working on this book, while you're not working on your book, your brain is going to be thinking about it so that when you get to your next writing session, you are ready to roll. You're going to form a habit, and once the habit is formed, it's going to be hard to break. The other thing about having a 15-minute RTG is that it's going to help you break down your book writing process into small little bite-sized pieces and make the whole thing feel very doable. And this concept really goes hand in hand with my 3-step writing process. If you've never checked out that video, I'll put the link down in the description so that you can check it out after this one. But having a writing process is so important. So when you sit down to your RTGs, you're going to decide which part of the writing process you are in. Are you in the create phase? Are you in the curate phase? Or are you in the completion phase? All right, so number 3, let's talk about how to make RTGs work for you. So number 1, you have to have a writing schedule, okay? There's no getting around this. Your writing schedule has got to include the time, the place, and the duration. Now, we have already taken care of the duration. It's going to be 15 minutes, or if you said 20 or 30, okay. Time. When in the day are you going to allot these 15 minutes? 7:15 a.m., 2:47 p.m., 6:29 p.m. When are we doing this, okay? What time of day are we allotting our 15 minutes? We also need a place. Where are you going to do this? Home, school, office, your car, Starbucks? It has to be a place where you can be distraction free and you can be in your own little world and you can focus and do deep work in those 15 or 20 or 30 minutes. All right, so the next thing you need to make your RTG work for you is you need to know what you're going to be writing about. All right, so you need to know what's your topic, who's your audience, what's your book title. I like to suggest that people start off with having a working title so that it keeps them very focused on writing on that topic. Do we have an outline? Let's work off of that outline. And if you're not quite sure about what I'm talking about here, then make sure you have downloaded my 4 steps to start writing your book. You can find that at writingwithdeniserenee.com/4 steps. And it walks you through some of this preliminary work that you need to have in place before you actually start getting to writing. Now, the third thing that you need in order to make your RTG work for you is you need to know which part of the writing process you are engaging in. So I did hint at that earlier. Well, that wasn't really a hint, I just told you. So it was on my mind, but here it is showing up in my notes now. So are you in the writing phase, the creating phase? Are you in the curation phase? You're editing, you're cherry picking. What goes out, what stays in? Are you in the completion stage? Are we looking things over and we're just about done or we're ready to turn it over to our editor? So if you're just getting started, you're going to be in the create phase when you sit down for your RTG for quite some time until you get done with your first draft. And then as you complete your first draft, you're going to continue using your RTGs and go through your edits. And then when you start working with your editor, when you get those revisions back from your editor or from your beta readers, you're going to still continue to use your RTG time to go over and make those changes and adjustments. If you're just in the beginning phase, you might not be thinking about editing just yet, but I recommend that you do start thinking about it. I recently posted this video on my channel breaking down the different types of editing that you will need in this book writing process. So check the links in the description because I linked that video down there for you as well. So point number 4 here, how are we going to speed up the timeline to getting to write this book in the 3 to 4 months that I promised? So if you're just writing 15 minutes a day, how's this going to be done? Okay, so what I like about an RTG is that it is very flexible. If you just need to get started, if you are just in the beginning phases and you're just a little bit trepidatious, like, I have this big idea for this book, but can I really do it? Setting an RTG of 15 minutes a day will help you get started writing. As you keep going, you're going to have a momentum and then you're going to feel really encouraged. And then you might actually get real bold and be like, you know what, it's time to step this up to 30 minutes. I'm committing to 30 minutes. Okay, I'm committing to an hour. Okay, this Saturday, don't nobody talk to me. My phone is on Do Not Disturb. Leave me alone. I'm going to Starbucks. I'm taking my drink and leave me alone. Okay, it's me and my laptop for a couple of hours. Okay, so that's how you're going to be able to really build upon the discipline foundation that you are creating with your RTG. Now, if you are so busy, you really don't have the time to speed up and commit more time, then my recommendation is do not try to fit some arbitrary timeline in your head, okay? Don't say, well, Denise said I could do this in 3 to 4 months, and I don't want you to feel bad that it's taking you 5 months, 6 months, 7 months, or there is no defined timeline for finishing your book. That's okay too. As long as you don't go out there and say, my book is coming next month, and then you have egg on your face when it does it. As long as you don't do that, you're fine. Okay, so you can keep your book writing project, a little close to the vest, and just keep working at it and plugging away. But if you do want to get a book to market this year in 2025, and you do want to get it to market in 3 to 4 months, then yes, you will have to expand how many RTGs you're doing per day. Maybe it's 2 sessions per day, or maybe it's just a longer session per day. You're committing to that hour a day or 2 hours a day. Think of it this way. You're going to write a book in a small segment amount of time compared to the infinitum time that it's going to be available to the public. So if you have to make a commitment in the short term for long-term success and long-term gratification, do what you need to do, okay? But there's some other things that you can do to help speed up your process to finishing your book. So number one, use speech to text technology. And I will be talking about this more in one of my later toolkit videos. So I'm not going to expand on it right here. Number two, you can also use AI writing tools. Now there's a video that I did last year that share links to AI tools that are specifically for writers, that are not Chat GPT. It's not Google Gemini. It's not DeepSeek. DeepSeek wasn't even out last year, to my knowledge. But anyhow, these are some AI writing tools that you might want to check out to help you in your writing process. Another way to get your book to market faster is to condense the scope of your book. So your book does not have to be this, wide, all-encompassing, I'm trying to tackle everything in my industry. No, you're not. You just want to help people with these 12 principles, or you just want to show them these 8 steps on how to do whatever it is that you're talking about. You just want to share these success stories of your clients that you were able to help and what they were able to accomplish. And maybe it's just 3 in-depth stories instead of, 15. So whatever type of book you're writing, condense the scope. Your book does not have to be super long. This book here is from one of my clients, and it's small, it's thin, it's punchy, it's to the point, and it is 98 pages. Okay, so it does not have to be super long. This is another one of my clients' books that is, that is 138 pages. Okay, so here we go. Short, sweet, to the point. This is obviously a little bit longer than this one, and I would say this book is shorter because it's literally shorter, but you see what I mean. And then my final tip for getting your book project to market faster is consider working with a writing coach or a developmental editor like yours truly, because we are going to help you think through your book project faster. We're going to help you get through your outlining faster, and we're going to help keep you accountable through the process of writing. You could work with me on a session-by-session basis, on a 1-month commitment, or on a very structured 2-month commitment. So to learn more about that, you can head over to writingwithdeniserenee.com, explore services, and check out either single coaching sessions or coaching programs. Or if you decide, hey, you know what, I think I can get through creating my first draft, I'd love for you to come in and take a look once I'm done. You can also check out manuscript editing. So I hope that you found this video very helpful. In my next video, Video number 2 in the book writing toolkit, I'm going to be showing you the best way to get started writing your book. So make sure you are subscribed so you can get the notification when that video drops next week. In the meantime, check out one of these 2 videos here so that you can dive further into more tips to help you with your book writing process. Click on one of them now and I will see you on the other side.